Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, I invite you back to our daily chat about common sense. So we've already had 2 videos in the wonderful YouTube land, and we've had a few views. Please let me know what it's going to take to get you guys to like, subscribe, and share my videos. I'm going to try to be a little bit more upbeat today. Upbeat, not that I'm going to beat anybody, because that won't happen. I don't like physical contact. Don't touch me. So, anywho, my wife informed me that I need to be more like myself, which is a little bit more upbeat than what I've been, because I've been putting a lot of thought while talking into what I decide to do. So, now, I'm going to right off the cuff, and we're going to have a discussion about weather. Let's talk about common sense weather. So, I really don't have a lot to say about weather, but these weather people kill me, and they probably kill you too. I don't know how they get weather wrong. I know, just like anything, it's all an imperfect science. But let's look at the craziest thing I can see. We have been studying these stars since Galileo, maybe before. We're going back years here, right? Many moons ago. And as far as I can tell, we've been studying weather about the same time, because we've been living in it, right? So I don't know how the weather is where you are. You know, comment where you're from, how your weather is, how your weather people do. I'm not saying I'm going to become a weatherman either, but I've lived weather long enough that I can predict what's going to happen long before our meteorologists. And they have all this data and models, and I don't know what models they're looking at when they make the forecast, but I'm assuming it's not the right ones. And so let's start the chat, huh? So weather. They get it wrong all the time. Oh, it's going to snow. But it snowed 700 miles away. Didn't even come close. You know, we people try to plan our lives around how they make their forecasts, right? What does common sense tell you about weather? Usually follows the jet stream. You got high pressure, you got low pressure. You know, sometimes they work against each other. So if you're sitting there watching a radar, you can see just the radar, mind you. You can see the different lines, okay? The fronts. We'll call them fronts. The fronts right along the jet streams around high pressure, low pressure. Not so much around high pressure, but, you know, we're in a high pressure right now. It's mostly sunny, about 85 degrees. And they said 0% chance of precipitation this morning. It rained on me 8 times on my drive on 69 this morning. 8. So I remember growing up, I heard a meteorologist say that, say, a 60% chance of rain does not mean it's going to rain out at your house. That says that 6 out of 10 people in your forecast area will see rain or precipitation, whatever type of season it is. So that being said, 0. We got rain. Saw it coming. And then, and this has happened multiple times. If you know my wife, ask her. I can spot where the weather's going to go, how soon it's going to get here, and how it's going to technically form just from watching radar over time. I find it hilarious to see these weather people going, well, didn't see that coming. How'd you not see that coming? I saw it miles away. And I look at different weather patterns in different states all the time. So if storms are starting in western Texas, okay, I live in Indiana, so I'm northeast of Texas, quite a ways. But if you watch the jet stream where the dip is, and you watch the low versus the high, and you can also check a wind graph, see where the winds are flowing. It's going to tell you where that moisture flow in the atmosphere is going to go, right? Right. I've seen many times where like, yeah, it's not going to rain today. Yeah, watch this. So I'll go on, I'll look at the radars, I'll check the wind patterns, check where the current precipitation is. I don't even have to look at the humidity level. I mean, it's crazy. And I'm going to tell you, it is going to rain. Or it's going to snow. It's not going to snow. But they're anywhere between 20 and 60%, maybe 70% chance of rain needs to go away. It's a yes or no. Because common sense will show you every time where that jet stream is going. If you don't know about weather, just look at a radar. It'll take you 5 minutes. You'll be like, oh, look at that. There's the jet stream tip. See all that moisture along it? There it is. So what happens when the jet stream moves? What causes it to move? Low pressure. Weather patterns, man. They follow a pattern. I don't know if anybody caught that or not. Weather pattern. So, in the spring and the fall, the jet stream does what? Class. Bueller. Spring it goes north. Fall it goes south. And between that, it looks like a wet noodle. That's what causes our weather. I should start doing informational videos instead of common sense. I'm starting to think about that, but I mean, not everybody's on the same page as me, so I'm going to keep it as common sense, because if you look at this, you're going to be like, I don't need to watch my weather guy anymore. I'm not boycotting weather. I need to state that real quick. We have great Weather Channel people. We have great meteorologists at news channels. They do a good job. However, they do need to focus their forecast. I think that our world is too zoned in on computers. And I think it's sad. I talked earlier, I can look at Texas and see where it's raining in Texas and know where it's going to rain here and when. Now, granted, I can't say, oh, it's going to rain at 5 o'clock at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to be able to tell you that. But if, say, I want to ride my motorcycle and I'm going to go out that day, I'm going to look at the radar. I'm not going to look at the Weather Channel. I'm not going to look at these news weather sites. I'm going to look at the radar. That's it. I think my common sense is going to tell me exactly what that weather pattern looks like, whether today's going to be a good day to ride to work or not. Some days I have a longer commute. Some days I have different needs for my vehicle. So, I mean, that varies as well. But if it's a day where, say I got to go to Indianapolis, it's about an hour for me, and I want to hop on the motorcycle, I may not do it if I look and say, you know what, I bet we're going to have some pop-up thunderstorms today. And I don't know if YouTube allows me to talk about apps, or even say, hey, I like this app, try it. I'm going to go for it. I think everybody has it in their app store, or whatever they call it, iStore. But it's called My Radar. I've been using it for years. It's totally free. There are things in the app that you can buy, but it's always 5 minutes behind. Any radar I look at is 5 minutes behind, and I don't really get that, because on cable TV you have the 5 minute delay for live TV. So that being said, the 5 minute delay kind of weirds me out, because it's like, what's going to happen? Is a unicorn going to come out of the radar and they're going to have to block it? I don't know. But so the weather patterns are just phenomenal if you look at them. You can, judge the shape of the storms. You can find the swirl. You can, do all that good stuff. And then you can look at the fantastic creation of our weather patterns. And it is phenomenal. My radar doesn't have Futurecast or future forecasting that I found yet. Maybe it might be available on other platforms. The Weather Channel has Future Radar. And it kind of gives you an estimated area on where things are going to happen. I do not put money on their future radar forecasting at all. I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's mildly accurate. Mildly. So, if you go look at a cup of salsa, the first thing you come up with is mild. And then you get hot. And then you get hotter, right? Well, like I said, I'm not going to tell you what time it's going to rain. I'd probably get pretty close if I tried. But you can use that future forecasting, and it's phenomenal that it'll show you all around the world what it looks like. Now, I'm going to go to a part of this discussion of where it grinds my gears. So they can't forecast snow. They can't forecast rain. They can sometimes forecast wind pretty good. I'll tell you about how fast it's going to go. Whether your house is going to blow down like the Three Little Pigs. But they can tell us what day and what time and what hour that is going to be our best shot to see a meteor shower, to watch an asteroid glide by, to see Saturn or Jupiter or Mars. These are things that are millions of miles away from our planet, and we can forecast these celestial events better than our own weather. Does that make sense? No. We can forecast high flare-ups in the sun. The sun. We can't forecast rain. And our scale models here are much different, and I get it. But, good Lord, you can tell me when an asteroid is millions of miles away, direct that, and say it's coming by Earth, it's going to come by at this range, at this day, at this time, and it's going to go. And it's going to happen almost exactly as they say. They forecast that. So, if there's any meteorologist watching this, I don't know, comment. Tell me how your models work. Because I need a better understanding. I go outside, I can look which way the clouds are moving, and I'm going to tell you when it's going to be here. And, I can look at a radar and see which way the rain's moving and where it's going. Multiple times I've looked at the radar and said, oh, tornado right there. Look at that. And I'll show my wife. 10 minutes later, tornado warning. Like, I got the wrong profession. Mechanic? Weatherman. So, do me a favor. Download a radar app. Look at it. You can look at the temperature differentiations. You can look at wind, rain. Look at clouds. Clouds will tell you too. But you'll know when it's coming. You'll know if it's going to be there. It doesn't take back pain for me to tell you that it's going to rain. It does help. I can tell you exactly when it's going to rain. But it's funny that people like me can use common sense, look at a radar, and know how many days away rain is. What do you guys think? How do you guys feel about that? So, like, share, subscribe, tell me. I want to know what you want to hear. I want to know what you want to like. What do you want to know about common sense? I know I keep telling you guys I'm going to do a mechanic video. I just don't know which aspect of things I want to do without insulting a bunch of people. Because there's a lot of things about mechanical common sense that I do want to share. Trust me. But that's for another time. Alright, YouTube land, my name is Brad, and I'm going to sign off for now. And you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to share my video. Have a good day.